All right. All right. So welcome to a review. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna review nominals. Just divide it into two sections: nominals and verbs. Nominals something to do with nouns. So nouns, pronouns, adjectives, and then we'll look at verbs next week. So all this is review. Things you already know. Just to keep everybody parang mo yun, uh, or like reminder. I think a lot of people who are interested on recording, interested mostly on the review part. So here we go. Let me share ko na ba yung screen ko?
Wala pa, sir.
Wala. Hindi ko siya mahanap. Um, ah, okay, ulit. There you go. All right, nominals. Things na alam nyo na. Okay. Pero feel free to ask questions. There's no such thing as stupid questions. Just ask questions if at some point either nalito ka na or um, something's not clear or maybe I made a mistake. Right? So paradigm here, we're looking at nouns. I'm not gonna do alphabet. I guess I could do alphabet. We can start there. You know, unang lesson. Okay, let me see. Maybe that's a better way to start. Um, Humahanap ko. Humahanap. Nasaan na siya? Uh, Greek alphabet. Here we go. NT. We share different PowerPoint. Start with the basic. Okay? Start with the basics. Sometimes we assume na kakaintindihan tayo and there are parts alphabet pa lang, no? Medyo nakalimutan natin. Alright? Um, Kai and Kai a hey Dexia. Uh, if your right hand offends you, ekopson, cut it off, cut it off, it obtain, and cast it from you. Okay, so this is from Matthew, but I'm just using this verse to point out letters ng alphabet. Mas boring kung sorry. Uh, Boring gawin kung alphabet lang from A alpha to omega. But here's your alpha. That's alpha. This is beta and gamma. I don't think we've read any gamma. May gamma ba? It should be all the alphabet nandito dapat sa sentence na to. Kita rin gamma. Oh, here, gar, right? 4. Yeah, there's your gamma. Um, merong gar and dexia. Well, dexia will be your gimel, alpha, beta, gamma, dalit. So, sorry, dalit, delta, epsilon. Okay. So alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta will be z sound. Um, Skandalitze. So alpha, beta, gamma, delta, x, epsilon, zeta, eta, hey, eta, theta will be a th sound. Which you have here's a dulo, gianan apelthe, right? Theta. And then eta, theta, iota, and of course kappa, chi, which means end. Yung mu, mu and nu, stumfere, and scan, dalitso, altain, that's your new, the n sound, and then omicron, and then pa, pa sound, we call it pi, but it's p, right? And then care, you have your rate, raw, right? And then you have your sigma, so su, or scandalizzo, sigma. I forgot C. X sound, dexia. Um, and then your tau, sigma tau, upsilon. We obtain. Well, that doesn't really have the sound. Um, it's a su. That's also a diphthong. Doesn't really have the sound. Oh, that's wala siyang upsilon here with the sound of actual upsilon. Upsilon phi. Um, Sumfere. It's your ph sound. Phi and key. All right. Ka. It's actually a ch sound. All right. Care. All right. So hindi siya X sound. Ano yung X mo is dexia. Yeah, that's the X sound. C. Yung itong ganito na parang X is actually a CH. So actually, nung sinasabi ng Mary Xmas, they were not Xing Christ. It's actually a shortcut. Kasi sa early church, yeah, yung sign ng key was the sign for Christ. So it wasn't really an X. Key, um, letter key. And then galing sa tang Christos. Key Psi will be P. Ito naman ay ekopson. Okay. Ps sound. And then finally, your last word is omega, which we have here is a melon. Omega. Okay, that's the last word, is a long O. All right. So, or there's just one way you could read the text, but you can look at here. 10 letters that are just like English or Tagalog, you know. So para siyang A, para siyang E, para siyang D. Okay. Kaparehas na nila. Ito parang S. Yung final sigma. Uh, five letters na ito parang X pero di yan X. That's key. I already mentioned that. Ito parang N pero that's actually that's an eta. That's a long E. It's an eta. Ito mukhang P pero that's actually a raw. Sorry. Hirap kong erase dito sa pen na to. Ah, nagundang pindot. Yeah. So this is a eta long E. And this is not a V that's actually new. It's actually an N sound. Skandalitse. And of course, this is not a W, that's a long O. Omega. So five letters that could be confusing. Hopefully you're not confused. Meron dalawang sigma. Okay. Sigma, sigma, sigma. And then ito ay natin final sigma. So pag sigma nasa dulo ng isang word, nagiging ganyan yung itsura niya. So final sigma. Pero kung siya ay nasa beginning or walang gitna, sa beginning or sa gitna ng word, um, it will be ganyan yung form. Right? Normal sigma. C and zeta, will be confusing. Ang zeta, isa lang ang kanyang ikot. Yung C, dalawang ikot. Oops, sobrahan. Okay. Alright. Parang genie. Okay. So, isang ikot lang, tapos buntot pa agad yung zeta. Pero yung C, mas maarte. Okay. So, dalawang buntot niya. Or dalawang ikot bago magbuntot. Terms na gagamit sa math. Gamma, alright? And pi, pero tawag natin dyan is P, hindi pi. Let's have madali lang, no? Yung sound niya. So, and then some letters that you just need to learn, Lamed, oh, sorry, um, Lamed, tama ba ako? Naglalito ako sa Hebrew tsaka sa Greek. Okay. I think that's Lamed. Lamed would be an L sound. Lamed hindi lambda, no? Tama ba ako? Baliktad. Lambda, okay, lambda. Lamed will be, okay, so lambda. Lamed would be Hebrew. Okay. Kaya dapat di natin pinagsasabay yung Hebrew sa Greek. Nakakalito. By the way, September, so we try to finish this class by September, pero umabot ng September 18. Hopefully by the end, you can start Hebrew, towards the end ng class na to. But hindi really sakto-sakto na nagsimula eh. But the goal is after this class, we'll take Hebrew 1. Psi, oops, sorry. Psi, phi, PH sound. This is, I guess they kind of look like an M, and then this is a TH sound, theta, theta. So alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, mu, nuc, C, omicron, pi, rho, sigma, tau, upsilon, phi, chi, psi, omega. So those are your alphabet, so Greek. And then you have vowels, long, short vowels would be A, E, I, O, U. Long vowels, so alpha could be either long or short. If it's long, and this is also long, they can have a type sound. Okay? So if it's short, we have an sound, right? Ganun yung epsilon, iota, okay? Omega, and then upsilon, okay, I'll share it. Diphthongs are sounds where vowels combine. So yung AI, di mo sabihin AI unless may tuldok siya sa taas. Ibig sabihin na hiwalay mo yung sound ng diphthong AE. You know. But they're all combined. So I, A, Oi, Ow, U, um, I, A, Oi, Ow, O, U. So here are examples ng iyong vowels, diphthongs. Right? So same sentence as earlier. Breathing marks. You have a rough breathing mark. Sorry, smooth breathing mark. Wala lang siya. Okay, so every vowel or diphthong usually have a breathing mark to indicate, pag siya ay rough breathing mark na ganito, it indicates an H sound sa beginning. So ito ay di A, kundi siya ay hey. May H sound sa simula. Let's see here. Example. So it's a rough breathing mark. Oh, here's a rough breathing mark. Hen. So it's a hen, meaning one. Okay. Holon will also have a rough breathing mark. So merong H sound sa simula. Holon. And the rest is what we call a smooth breathing. Well, hina. So we have a hina. The rest is what we call a smooth breathing mark. So apple, outing. So it just tells you na hindi siya rough. That's basically the function of smooth breathing mark. Bakit di na lang blank? Well, di na naisip yun noon. Okay? So you gotta put either, pag vowel siya, you gotta put either smart or not so smart. Right. Greek accents. Um, accent marks, we call this kung saan siya yung arrow, dun yung iyong emphasis. So kai, may pababa, kai. Dexia, medyo pataas siya, dexia. Keir, and then nandun din yung emphasis niya kung saan yung vowel. So keir, skandalitse. Hindi skandalitse. Hindi skandalitse. Yung sa li yung accent. Skandalitse. Say. Ekropson. Skandalitse. Say, Ekropson. Uh, circumflex will be this. Kind of like pataas and then pababa. Soma. So soma. Actually, I don't know why that would be there. Or ito, melon. So melon. So you have care, pababa. Okay. And pataas, kandalitse. Okay. have an acute accent. Sumfere, okay. Gar. But also you have some that is paubaba. Ayan, May or Kai. Yung paubaba yung kanyang accent. We're not gonna talk about kailan mo lalagyan yung accent. Um, I know there's a whole book written by D.A. Carson on just Greek accents, you know. But we're not gonna do that. You're not writing Greek text. If you're writing, then yeah, you need to know something like your accent. There are certain rules of accenting. But we're not gonna busy ourselves with that. That's alphabet. That's very basic. But let's take a break. Hopefully that kind of reminds you a little bit of Greek. After this, we'll talk about nouns. So let's take a 15-minute break. Let's talk about nouns, and then we'll finish. We'll speed it up more, right? So nouns. Um, maybe yung alphabet mas mabilis sana. But yeah, we'll pick it up sa nouns. Masculine, neuter, second declension. So we'll pick it up. Let's take a 15-minute break. If you have any questions, just feel free to drop them here. So chat, or you can. I guess you can see a question. All right. So take a break, and then Larry will post a new video. Right?